equations part 2. Here's the problem we're solving for x, and it's across all real numbers. So there's a couple of things I should think about. One is, wait, how do I solve these again? No, I'm not proving that this is this. I'm solving. I'm trying to find out what x is. I'm looking for roots, all right? Second thing is, look, I've got to expand this guy, right? There's a square. That is not a difference of squares. This is like saying sine x cosine, or minus cosine x times the same thing, right? Square means the definition. Same thing times the same thing. So I just write that out again. Sine x minus cosine x. That equals 1. What does this stuff equal? Well, that's where you draw the big box. You put, all right, one term here, one term here, one term here, one term here, and you find out something. So find out. Doing box, right? Yeah. No, stop skipping ahead and not writing things down. Alfredo, got to make sure you write this down. After expanding this out, that's what I got. Sine squared and cosine squared is equal to this stuff. Now, last time I checked, we knew that sine squared plus cosine squared is something. What is it? What is it? Yeah, it's 1. I can replace that with 1 now because I know that for a fact. I know that from my identity, my Pythagorean identity. So I've got 1 minus 2 sine x cosine x equals 1. Wait, I've got a 1 on this side and a 1 on that side. What can I do? Cross them off, right? It's like subtracting 1 from both sides. So now I have a negative 2 sine x cosine x equals 0. What does this stuff mean? Well, now I'm back into the land of solving things. I could move, if I wanted to, I could like add this to that side, right? And then that way I'd have a positive number. So this negative doesn't really matter here. So to show you what I mean, let's add 2 sine x cosine x to both sides. So now I have 0 equals this stuff. Doesn't make much of a difference. So now I've got 2 factor groups. Those guys, I set them equal to 0. I find the x values that make this true. Right? Where is sine 0? Sine is 0 here and here. Where's cosine 0? Cosine 0 is here and here. And can't see. And then what's the last thing to do? Combine these all together, right? So combine them together and get your solution done. Did you remember to write K as any integer? Because you just got it wrong if you forgot. Okay, well I hope you remember. Look, rewind this part if you need it. We've got 2 more practice problems to do. 2 more problems. Copy them both down. Don't do anything until you've done it. Okay, that means now you've done it. You haven't? Copy them down. Okay, you've done it. Rewind it. Good. Let's keep going. Here's the thing. This problem, problem C, that's going to be for homework, so you're going to turn that into me, and I'm not going to go over it at all. It's tricky. Have fun with it. We will cover this one, though, so let's look at it. What is this stuff right here? 1 minus cosine times 1 plus cosine. That should remind you of something. It reminds you of what? Yes, difference of squares. That means I can just right away write this as 1 minus what? Yes, cosine squared x plus sine equals 0. Wait, those 3 terms, can't do x box. Why not? Because this stuff is different. That's a sine and that's a cosine. So in other words, I need to rewrite cosine in terms of sine. How do I do it? You better believe you remember. I've got that identity that always comes in handy because we make problems that make that happen. So if I write this as 1, wait, if I subtract what from both sides? I want to isolate for cosine squared, right? Okay. Can we have a talk though? Let's have a talk. No, I don't want to have a talk. We'll isolate for cosine squared because that's what we got to get rid of. So what are we going to do? We're going to subtract sine squared from both sides. So I get cosine squared equals 1 minus sine squared. What's going to go away? That guy. In other words, that guy. So I'm going to write this. Look, this is this stuff. See this stuff? That's what I'm writing again. 1 minus, what am I going to write instead of that stuff though? This stuff. 1 minus sine squared plus sine x equals 0. Simplify it as much as possible. That's all I really want to talk about. Hey, unpause when you're ready. Okay, look, check that out. Yeah, follow along, see what I did, and then keep listening. Just kidding, keep listening, keep going. What do these both have in common? Yep, greatest common factor. That's what you're thinking. Check it out. Yep, these two. Yeah, all that happened. Find questions to figure out and ask me. How do I finish it off? I write x equals these guys with plus 2 pi k. Hey, why don't I write 0 and 2 pi plus 2 pi k? Because how far apart is 0 and 2 pi? The same, so I just pick one of those and write it. What do I have to include? K is any integer. Done. This problem, finish it, bring it to me.